Free Game Sports Podcast. I'm here with my sister Brianna Edwards.
What's up, y'all?
And my boy Marcus Williams in the building.
Mark Will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome. I said welcome.
This nigga said
Appreciate y'all. Well, we at the bar, so yeah, that's why I said welcome. But no, I appreciate y'all having me on the cast, though.
For sure.
That's
You
good.
already know. So, I've been knowing you for a minute, you know what I'm saying, since we was
Forever.
kids, man. You feel me? And went to the league. I was proud of you, man. I couldn't believe it, to be honest with you. Well, you started doing your thing. I'm like, man, look at my boy. I go back to when you was a youngin', running around the gym with us. You know what I'm saying? We was practicing at North. So, what made you get into sports?
I mean, it's really
Any type of sports, football, basketball.
I mean, it's really just my pops, bro. When I was a kid, he played sports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we'll always be at the crib watching. You know what I'm saying? Watching games.
Yeah.
Watching basketball. Watching football.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. Then he started coaching me. He's been coaching me since I was, 5, 6 years old. We was on the court all the time, all night.
What park?
Man, I know we was at, well, it really started because I was over there by Bethune at first.
Okay.
So I was over there, but then.
What, you playing for the Hustlers?
Yeah, I was playing for the Hustlers, but then my dad started working at the Y, so I'll be over there at the YMCA over on Broadway and North Commons, of course, too. We was there all the time, too. But yeah, then the Hustlers, was playing there from, third to fifth grade.
Yo, y'all Hustlers team, that team is legend. If y'all was to get that picture, you know what team I'm talking about? Y'all team was stacked.
Well,
Nah, we had some killers.
Like,
on
y'all
our
had
squad.
some dogs
We had
on y'all
some dogs
team.
with us for sure. We definitely did.
Yeah.
We definitely did. That was a good. Man, just thinking back it's funny you said that because I ain't thought about that in a minute, but it was some good times.
Y'all had some dogs on y'all team. What you was playing? What? Royce, Rodney,
Roy.
Dream.
Man, we had my boy Majati. You already said Dream, Sid,
Yep, Sid was on that team.
Joe.
Wow,
What,
Joe
Joe
was
Bright?
on that
Joe
team.
Bright. Yeah, we was tough.
Joe a stud.
And that's
man.
these
I play
little
with Joe.
kids getting buckets.
Yeah.
All of us.
Like all of y'all.
Everybody giving bucket.
Yeah.
We was fire. And there's plenty more. Ed, man, we had so many, bro. It was like Lil Victor was
Oh,
with
Ed
us.
was on the team. Lil Vic. Oh wow, never mind. Yeah, y'all was
some
was
dogs.
legit.
And I mess with your pops, man. Like, your pops watched me grow up too at North. He was working at our school and stuff, and he always just say, he was always just like supportive of me or whatever I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And your pops is a real good dude.
Yeah, that's one thing he's
Shout out
made.
to Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, no,
Jeff,
Pops,
for
man,
sure.
he definitely one of the main reasons why I got where I was at, you know what I'm saying, where I am today, you know what I'm saying, just like you said, the support, and he always support me in anything I do, and my friends, whoever I'm with. He want to see us all win, and that's how my mindset is now.
Yeah. I like your pops, man. He was always just super supportive, man. Like, Ed Dave. You see me, I be like, "What's up, Jeff?" He this big
He
old smile on
loves
his
some Ed
face.
Day.
That's my guy.
Pops love, he love him from Bree too.
Listen,
Yeah.
y'all love your pops. And you know what's crazy? As I think about when I first met your pop, I met your dad in 8th grade because you and I were like the only 8th graders at North High playing at the time.
Yep.
And so, like, tell me about what that experience was like playing with that big head dude over there and then also being at North High as an 8th grader.
Man, even it started as a 7th grader. That's when I was really started at North my freshman year. It probably was with y'all.
It was with
Yeah,
us.
it was with them.
Yep.
My 7th grade year, I was playing with them, and you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm real young, just trying to just stay in the gym. But I was just always in the gym. I had that respect because I was a gym rat, always hooping, can
With
get
the
buckets.
braids.
You know what I'm saying? You can get buckets, you can play. That's how it is at North. And then my 8th grade year, I feel like that was one of the best teams. I'm telling you, that freshman team that year, I'm sure we had a squad. And
Who was on that freshman team?
Patchy.
man, we had Pat, man, we had Della, God rest his soul, we had, man, let me go, we had Kyle, too, we had Suki, we had Shamar.
Oh, Suki. Shout out to Suki.
Yeah, we had
That's
Ty,
my boy.
we had Rio, we had, man, the list go on,
Yeah, y'all was-
bro. We
y'all
had
was-
little
y'all was
Micio,
stacked.
well, we had a little squad, we had little Jeremiah,
Jeremiah Moore.
Yeah, Jeremiah was on the
Shout out
squad.
to J-Rock.
I'm sorry, so we went the whole season. We were undefeated until our last game. I don't know who we played. We played some like Woodbury team.
Yeah.
Well, we were hurt. We had Coach Leslie as our coach too. She was out there snapping.
Shout out to Coach
was
Leslie,
y'all
baby.
coach.
Yeah, Coach
Shout out
Leslie
to
was our
Coach
coach too.
Leslie.
Yeah, shout out Coach Leslie. So yeah, as I'm saying, just going back, think about that though, man. But it was some good times.
Yeah, for sure. So as time go on, you transfer to Hopkins.
A transfer. He go because he only a freshman now.
Oh yeah, no, so right.
Yeah.
So you went to Hopkins to play ball at Hopkins. We see you playing ball at North. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you got this Hopkins uniform on.
Man, when I tell you,
what made you jump that ship?
man, that was all my pops' decision.
Man, Uncle Jeff, I got smoke with you.
I was crying tears when he told me I couldn't go to what? He told me I couldn't go to North. I was hurt. You know, I've been growing up watching North though since I can go back to 2000 when Bear was playing. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre, you know what I'm saying? When then go back to Cam and them and Kev. And, you know what I'm saying? So North was just always my dad went there, my brother went there. So it was just always like I'm going. It was never no question of where I was going to school. Yeah. So when he told me it was like you gotta go to Hopkins, I was hurt. I was like, dang.
Did he ever tell you
but
why?
Some of my homies went out there. He told me, he was just like, man, the school system, because that's when they first came out with that, now you can be in the inner city, because we still lived in Minneapolis.
That open enrollment.
Open enrollment where you can take the bus and out. He was just like, man, like, he just felt like it's better education. Yeah. And he's like, man, you'd be able to, because I was a big basketball. He's like, man, that's one of the best schools for basketball as well. You'd be able to learn a lot. I wasn't trying to hear none of that at the time. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie. I mean, me going there with Coach Novak, playing basketball for him, he's a great mind, a legend. I tell you, I learned so much from him. Like, I be telling my pops, like, I'm like low key, it wasn't a bad decision at all. So me going there and playing football as well, you know, that's my sport too. So
for sure,
Coach D, we had some good, man. We had some
Coach
squads
Novak
out there.
The coach there with Humphreys and Hop Farber and all them.
Yep, man. Coach Novak go back to, I'm trying to say probably the 80s. He been coaching, and then before him, his pops was coaching. Yeah. So
wow.
They've been in the family. They've been doing it. That's been there before it was even called Hopkins. So yeah.
So what was like the difference between? I can only imagine how different Hopkins is from North High. Like even though you ain't go there, you played there, so you got to see what North was like, and then you go to Hopkins.
It's low key like a little fake Hopkins, low key. I mean a fake North, a little fake. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to be acting like they hard, this and that, and the third. But it's really cool though, because you got to really see both sides. You know what I'm saying? I was living in Minneapolis, so I was around black people 24/7. You know what I'm saying? But I get to go to Hopkins, and I was like, oh, okay. So now you get to see it's more white people now and stuff like that, and just I was able to get used to that, and I think that helped me get prepared for college as well. You know what I'm saying? So
was it hard adapting? Like,
and that definitely
culture change.
I'm not gonna lie, because man, you don't know how to speak. I feel like at that time that I didn't understand how to like speak to like white people at the time, and that was like, it's okay sound crazy, but it's like
it's the truth though.
It really was how it was, and I've had a lot of other people tell me the same thing, that especially when they, people who coming from like when I was in college, people coming from Texas going up to North Dakota and stuff like that. So I understand that I understood everything they were talking about, because that's how it was for me. Because in school, the only people that was white really was the teachers. You know what I'm saying? So
then
you go into Hopkins,
and everybody
white. It wasn't say everybody, but it was definitely majority white though. So it was a good transition, but it helped me out though. You know what I'm saying? My skills, being able to understand different things, and
code switch, all different type of stuff.
Yeah, all type. And it was a good education as well though, man. So I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because it's like being from the north side and being around all our people, all our black folks. It's like we don't know what's outside our culture until you get out there and see it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, dang. So I can see how.
No, it definitely was a little culture shock for me, but it was definitely worth it though, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. So listen, so you go to Hopkins. Our senior year, y'all team stacked.
Fire.
Super stacked. And y'all end up winning state, which I'm still a little butthurt about that, because y'all wore y'all rings to the Inner City All-Star Classic and y'all was giving me some flack. I will never forget that. However, what was that like process like that? Y'all was definitely the best team in the state, bar none, that year. What was that year like?
It was crazy because
that was your senior year?
That was my senior year, yes. Because the year before we thought we was the best team in the state then, but we ended up losing to Tuck and them. So Tuck and Tuck and them, they ended up beating us, and they ended up winning the state. So we was kind of like, man, we are. And then we had getting Royce that next year.
He transferred
left
the D.
De La Salle,
yeah. He was a sophomore when I played.
So we already knew, like once he got there, it was just like what we was gonna do. We just had to make sure we made it work. You know what I'm saying? We had the talent. Now we just had to make sure that we made it work. Because if you got the talent and everybody on the same page, it don't matter. You still gonna.
Yeah, what's that? 8 D1 athletes on that team?
Man, probably like 9. I ain't gonna lie. It was just the boys.
Cassiani went D1. Marvin went D1.
Joe went D1. DJ went D1. Moses went D1.
You went D1.
Me.
Royce went D1.
Trent. Raymond.
Never
Mike.
mind, that's the whole team. So that means the
Yeah,
roster of 12 went
boys was-
D1.
Yeah, and some of them
That's
boys went
crazy.
D2.
That's crazy.
crazy.
The whole
I ain't never
roster
seen
went
that
D1.
like that.
Yeah, no, that
Whole
was
roster.
fine. No, we was there. No, that's why we was tough. But that's why I ain't gonna lie. Our practices used to be
Like that.
yeah. Them practices used to be it. Like you
Craziest
used to live
practice
for them
story.
practices. I'm trying. Man, one practice, man, the whole starting 5, we ain't touched the ball. The coach, he said we was playing defense the whole time. So man, cause Coach Novak, he was a teacher though. I ain't gonna lie, man. This one thing, if you gotta really love basketball if you gonna play for him.
Yeah.
Because before practice, you gonna be sitting in there. This the craziest story about practice. He takes an hour about teaching you the game of basketball. We go sit in the room, and he's just on the drawing board, just writing down all this type of stuff for an hour every day before practice starts. At least 45 minutes to an hour every single day. We in there. He's whatever on his mind. Can you think about practice yesterday or the game or something or what's coming up? He breaking it down every single day, every single practice. So I'm trying to tell you, if you can't just be focused and understanding basketball and want to learn, you can't play for him because you're going to get bored. You ain't going to love it. So he really teach you the game every single day. So that's probably my craziest story.
Yeah. As you can tell, like Novak, he just was like more of a teacher than anything.
Yeah,
So,
and he is a school teacher as well. So he
Also,
taught
it
at the
makes
school.
sense then.
Yeah, that super makes
so
sense.
he a history teacher, so he loved the history of the game and
for
all
sure.
that stuff. So
Makes sense. It makes sense.
So you get so you play basketball, which I would say you're a better football player than basketball. So what ultimately was the deciding factor? Because you was getting recruited both sides, right? Why did you choose football? And then in part 2 is, why did you decide to go to NDSU?
okay, so
What was your top 5 colleges? Let me rephrase this. What was your top 5 colleges for basketball, and your top 5 recruit colleges for football? We're gonna start with basketball first. Top 5 schools that you was like, all right, look, these
so
top
I
5
had Buffalo
for this basketball.
basketball.
Okay.
I had could have played North Dakota State, and what was the other one that I was really? I think it was like Illinois State. I was really looking at them. They was big on me. And the school of Milwaukee, University of Milwaukee.
Shout out to Illinois State, man. My boy Romaine Martin.
Yes, sir. Shout out Roe.
Yeah, you already
One
know.
of the smoothest lefties out there.
Man, what? Like butter.
Yeah, that's the top 5 football.
Football. So at first I had some big schools. So I was like, I had the Iowa.
And this is this playing at the corner position.
This playing actually, it was both. It was corner or receiver because
Okay.
I played both in high school.
Okay.
So some see me better at corner because they see me play basketball.
Yeah.
So they feel like I can
Yeah.
guard and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and then some see me play receiver because I also had good stats there and I could catch the ball and stuff
Yeah.
like that and I could run.
Yeah.
So top 5. I mean, at first I really had Minnesota. I had some Iowas. I had Illinois, but they start falling off. I don't know why.
Yeah.
'Cause I was still killing and stuff like that. But I had the South Dakota States, the North Dakota States, the Northern Iowas. I mean, all these schools.
All the schools. In
All the
Midwest.
smaller little
Midwest
schools,
schools, yeah.
Midwestern
D1,
schools. Yeah, I had like Brian. I had some East Coast schools too looking at me. But so why I chose North Dakota State though, really, it was really my dad though. I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I was low-key kind of hurt.
Gotta say some
Shout out to
big.
Uncle Chuck.
I
You
was
go to
like,
North Dakota
bro.
State.
No, because that's the dude I come down to when they come down. Like, when I gotta make a decision, I'm like, I trust his judgment because he
Yeah.
always looked out for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I can feel like I can trust his judgment a lot. But I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to go there. I'm like, man, I want to go JUCO.
Really?
I'm like, man, I'm trying to really go D1. Man, I know how good I am. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm killing. My stats is crazy. Like I'm had like 20 touchdowns.
I never heard that before. Like I ain't never heard a person that wanted to go JUCO
JUCO.
first,
Yeah,
and
I'm
then
like,
so they can
nah.
get a better D1
Yeah,
offer.
so
I
that's
never
what-
heard that.
That's what my mindset was. I'm like, man, I'm trying to go JUCO, man. I'm like, this like, because I didn't really know what North Dakota State was at the time. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, you trying to go big. You know what I'm saying? That's all you always think. I really wasn't thinking. If I do it again, I just went right away. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been thinking about going JUCO or going nothing like that. But I was thinking about that. My dad's like, man, you can go up here, man. This a great D1 Division I school that wants you. You can go up here, man. You can be one of the best players that ever came here. And I just remember just him saying that, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna go out here and do it. I'm just ball out. I never had the league on my mind though. I never once thought, cause like I said, I never heard that school, so I'm thinking like, ain't nobody going to the league. So I'm just here like, I'm at this school. I'm like, I'm about to just make the most of it, make my mom proud and my dad proud. You know what I'm saying? Play some ball while I'm doing it, and go from there. And we'll see if the league goes. But it was never like a thought or nothing like that.
But it ended up being a blessing though, because
Exactly.
when you go up there, Go crazy. I remember like it was yesterday. You go up there, go crazy. Y'all win 3 championships.
Yeah.
At NDSU.
Bro,
Man, take us through that. Was it your last 3 years?
Yep, it was my last 3 years.
Sophomore, junior, senior year.
Yep. So what's crazy?
And was you starting that corner all 3 years?
Yep. Starting the corner all 4 years really.
All 4 years, okay.
So we go up there. So my freshman year, right? We balling, right? It's actually I redshirted my freshman year. So my redshirt freshman year. I mean, we balling. Like towards late in the season, we actually beat Kansas at the beginning of the season. It was crazy.
Wow.
Like
I
North Dakota State beat Kansas.
Yeah,
We beat them like
that.
6-3 or something. But we a big defensive school though. You know what I'm saying? So and we gonna run the ball. So we beat Kansas. So we getting a lot of pub now. This, that, and the third. We had a little decent season that year, but we made it to the playoffs. Now it was our first year being eligible to make to the playoffs because we was a D2 school. Probably like a couple years, probably like 6-7 years before I got there. So you got to go through a little process before you can do the playoffs and stuff like that. So
y'all became eligible to play as far as a national title.
Exactly. You start going for a Division I national title. So that year, my freshman year, I'm telling you, we hit a hot streak. We win like 2 games, blowing these teams out, right? Then we get to Eastern Washington. It's the little team, got a little red field and all that, man. And we were supposed to beat these boys until it came to like overtime. We lost. And then I remember that next year we was like, man, you see how far we got? Like we could do this.
Yeah.
Man, I thought, man, let's go out here and go crazy.
Yeah. Right.
So the next 3 years, and shout out, man, we had some great coaches, great strength coaches, and then we just had a good team. We had good leaders ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? So I was young. I'm a sophomore at that time, but that was one of my best years. I balled out that my sophomore year. I had 8 picks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now my name getting talked about. So now I'm like, hold on, you go to the league. Now this one is.
That's what the league aspirations
started. I'm like, oh, okay.
Like I'm like
I
that.
I just did that.
Yeah.
Say less. I'm like, okay, set a school. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I'm like, okay, bet. Next year after that, same thing, another 7-8 picks. I'm like, I gotta keep grinding. I'm like, it's fire. I'm out here eating. Ain't nobody doing these things. Like the amount of picks I'm getting, people in the season, people don't even get that in the career.
And I think you was like, if I remember, like second or third in tackles on your team too. Like,
yeah, no, I wouldn't be one of the top because I want to tell you why I won't get too many tackles because when they would they won't really pass it to my side like that.
They wasn't throwing at you.
Especially after my junior year.
They stopped throwing your way.
My senior year, they stopped throwing my way, and I got hurt a little bit, so I missed like 2 games. But my senior year, man, I'll tell you, I'll just be out there for fun. Yeah. But it was, so they still try. But I probably had like 4 that year. But and that's a great year though.
That's
but for
a great
me,
year for anybody.
That's a great year. But for me, it was like I had goals and all that stuff. But I'm like, so that's when I started. But that's really when the league started. After my sophomore year, I'm like, let me just keep grinding. Let me start working. Let me start taking this stuff serious and see where this can go. Because I seen another dude from another school go, and I'm like, oh, he going?
Yeah,
I know
I'm
better
than dude.
No, so I'm like, all right, bet.
I know I look better than him.
Let me start it.
Right. I know I look better than him.
Yeah, no, I'm like, no, that's not really the thing. I just had to prove myself right. I ain't got to prove nobody wrong. I'm just make sure I go out here and just keep grinding and doing what I'm doing so I can get there to the next level.
Well, what was your experience like at NDSU? Like, for one, North Dakota super cold, and it's a college town. Like, it's a college school in general, so there's nothing to do. What was that like being there? Man,
it was different, but I mean, you in the dorms, you know what I'm saying? So you get to meet people and stuff like that. So it's a real college town, like you said. It's a big football school. They love football. I'm just talking about we playing this dome. They pack it out like crazy, yelling the whole game. I'm telling you, I played in the league, and this dome is louder than some of the places I played at.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it be loud up there. And it's only like 20,000 of us, but they in there.
They love it.
They loving it. So they real diehards up there. So
celebrities,
that make
real.
You really want to play that.
You think about it, ain't nothing else going on.
Ain't nothing else.
So if you bring a team to this town,
they pro team. We basically like they pro team. You feel me?
They shut the city down.
Oh man, they out there every game, especially in the years when we started. Well, shoot, now. I mean, now I think they getting so used to it now. Because crazy, we just won again this year. It's probably like our 9th one, I think.
Oh, wow.
Last 10 years, 10, 12, 11 years. So, they've been balling. But it was just the experience, like the cold, like man, like you think Minnesota cold, North Dakota is
cold.
Yeah.
And it's no
It's
buildings.
no trees, no
Buildings, no
like
nothing.
you can't get no buildings, so it's just wind, just smacking.
I only know that because the University of North Dakota recruited me.
Yeah.
And I went on a visit. They was like, let's walk around the campus. When I tell you, I said, Mom, I'm not coming here. I'm like this.
Another reason why I didn't want to come on my visit, it was one of the coldest days ever up there in North Dakota. I was like, I got off that plane, I said, no, I gotta go.
Start feeling it.
I said,
It's
they
super
said, this
cold.
Even colder up here? I
It's
think it's
cold.
gonna be regular.
Yeah.
It was nice. So it's definitely cold. So you gotta get adjusted to that. You gotta start walking backwards. They got little tunnels you can try to take.
Yeah,
and
walk
stuff.
backwards.
No.
You got tunnels.
No, No, I'm
Man,
for real.
you
On my
You
visit,
in there like this.
I was like, nah.
Nigga, I'm telling you. It's crazy.
When I say cold, bro, like super cold.
You
I went
see
on that
my
visit.
homeboy, one of my homeboys, he used to run the class because it's so cold. He would run across campus. I'm like, yeah, shit right there. He run.
Cold.
So it's
I'm
so
cracking
cold.
up.
I believe it.
But it was a good, I ain't gonna lie, man. It was one of the best times of my life going to school up there. I enjoyed it a lot. And it was a good learning experience. Because it made me real close. I met some people up there that I talk to every single day. That I'm being friends with forever. So
Yeah.
going up there, I don't regret nothing. It was one of the best times of my life, and it got me prepared for, you know what I'm saying, for what I'm trying to do and where I was at.
So all right. So y'all killed. I remember y'all killed 3 years in a row.
And we played Minnesota too. My bad. I gotta bring that up because I always
Did y'all beat them?
Man, we played Minnesota. Look, this my sophomore year. I think this that sophomore year. Or yes, my sophomore year. The first time we won. Yup, my sophomore year. We played at the crib. I'm telling you, I'm ready because I wanted to come here. So they ain't really recruit me. I told you that was on me, but then they backed
stopped,
off.
yeah.
So I was like, bet. So and that's how North Dakota State recruited me too. And I was like, you're gonna be able to play Minnesota here, this, and that, the third. So I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for that game. Man, we get to that game, I killed that game. I had a pick, 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
On
wow.
defense.
On defense. Game winning pick, 6.
Oh, you went
To the
crazy.
crib.
To the crib.
So you at the crib.
At the crib.
And
You know what
then
I'm
told
saying?
this one,
US
like,
Bank
look,
Whole
Stadium.
fam in the
No,
crowd.
US Bank wasn't here yet.
No, it was at the
it's a TCF.
It was at TCF. It's at
TCF.
TCF. You know what I'm saying? Nice little summer, like little fall day, so it was warm outside. Man, I'm out there talking my stuff. I'm out there. Like, that was one of the best games, man. So I had to bring that up though. My bad. Yeah.
He said, look,
fire.
I beat Minnesota. Y'all ain't recruit me.
Yeah, I had to show up. I had the whole family in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? People watching. It was. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them games I'll never forget.
Right.
Yeah.
But I look up, and my boy, man, he in the league. I'm like, this is insane. So, Texas take you undrafted.
Well,
First of all, tell me your emotions about being undrafted, knowing you probably one of the best corners in the draft, and you go to the Texans. Take us through that process, and let us know how that went, and what was the steps behind that.
man, it was definitely because you definitely wanted to get drafted. You feel me? You definitely want to get your name called, have that number. You know what I'm saying? That number that you always could be like, I was drafted at this number, this, and that, third. So I ain't really get that experience. So that was definitely hurt, but it definitely added a little fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motivation from there. But so then after that, you don't get drafted. A couple teams call you and stuff like that, right? So I had a Raiders team call me.
The Raiders?
Yeah, the Raiders called me, offered me something. So it's like, who called me? It was the Raiders. It was like 3 teams. I don't know if it was the Raiders, the Dolphins, and was calling me. Was talking to my agent. And they offering, so then you probably can get like, let me see, the Raiders was probably offering like 10,000 signing bonus. Not nothing too crazy. The Dolphins probably offering like 8,000. But I ain't gonna lie, the Texans literally called me. The coach literally called me. And he used to recruit me when he was with the Gophers. He was actually with the Gophers. He was recruiting me with the Gophers.
That's how that process went.
So he was like, bro, we only can give you like $1,500.
$1,500.
$1,500?
$1,500, $2,000, something like that. I'm like, dang. But I'm like, I'm going undrafted.
Yeah.
I need this little connection.
Yeah.
That's how I'm thinking in my head. And I'm like, I need this little. I'm like, and it's Houston. Some of my boys who I went to school with from there, they tell me it's always nice. This and the third.
Yeah, Houston is one of my favorite cities
That is
in the
my
country.
favorite city.
It's my favorite city in the country.
I love it there. Them in New York. I love both. But so I'm like, man, it's $1,500, but hey, I take it. You know what I'm saying? I take it. So I did it, and went up there OTAs. Now I'm trying to tell you, I'm undrafted. When training camp come around, I wasn't getting no practice reps. I probably get 5 reps a day. I'm trying to tell you, but you got to be smart. You got to be taking notes, mental reps, all that stuff. And them dudes out there, you got vets out there. I'm with dudes like Jonathan Joseph, J.J. Watt, you know what I'm saying, and dudes, Andre Johnson.
And this was J.J. Watt was in this
prime.
this
when he went to MVPs and stuff like that. That's when he,
the real
the
J.J.
defensive
Watt.
player of the year. That's when he was.
Now his brother killing.
Exactly.
Little TJ.
Yeah. Now he's killing. And trying to tell you, this dude J.J. Watt was a freak. That dude worked out like no other.
I bet.
He beat some of the DBs in workouts.
So you down there basically broke.
Man, broke
in Houston.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
So that's just a signing bonus. Don't get me wrong, but then you'll get like they'll give you like little stipend checks from like OTAs, and then you'll get like a stipend check for like when you in like training camp, you'll get like a little more, like a couple $100 more or something like that.
So what's the
but I wasn't there. But I'm
so you was making more money than you were in college, but you still wasn't making no money.
Well, I ain't even gonna talk about college. I ain't gonna. That's a story I forgot to talk about because we wasn't getting paid nothing in college, but we used to have to scrape up.
Man,
I tell you, this is why rent checks was. I'm gonna be honest though. My first year, NDSU rent check.
Wait, with Texas? With the Texas?
No, he said rent check.
NDSU rent check, right?
Yeah.
$212.
That's tough.
$212. So we all had to like get a 5-bedroom space, so we all put that money together. We all could put that money together. I'm trying to tell you, crazy. We was living. That's what made everybody so close, though. I'm saying that's why we so good, because everybody like brothers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
starving.
I'm gonna help you, help this. You know what I'm saying? We all try to help each other out because ain't none of us have it, but somebody had a parent helped here. So we had some plugs. I had some family that lived up there actually through marriage, so they used to try to help out as much as they could too.
So that prepared you to manage a little bit more money.
That helped me. You know what I'm saying? When I was there, and everybody be like, Marcus, now they think I'm like, oh, you don't never been bad, but I understand what it was without it. You feel me?
So this the thing. So up here, right, Minnesota, you down in Houston. Now, did your friends and family think you had it good while you was down? I know you probably didn't talk about your money, how much you was getting paid. So was people up here thinking like you had it, like you was like super rich?
Yeah, and I mean, this is the thing too. Yeah, and I mean, everybody always gonna think you get to this kind of
sure.
I mean, I'm going undrafted, so I mean, but a lot of people don't understand the story.
Yeah, they don't understand it, right?
They don't understand.
They're like, nah, you got a jersey.
No, man, you got it. But the thing is, once you make the team and stuff like that, so I went undrafted, right? So and then I make the practice squad. I couldn't. This what happened when it was time to make a play. I told you I get 5 reps, but I promise you I killed all 5 of them reps. So they put me in the game like. I'm making a play. It's not a third through training camp. And you see players getting cut. I'm like, woo, ain't me. Another day. You know what I'm saying? Another week, basically. Yeah. You get our second preseason game. I probably didn't play that much. I probably didn't play at all that game because that's when no, I did play. I played probably the 4th quarter of that game. Did my thing. Same thing, special team, trying to make sure I can do my thing there. The 3rd game, that's when like the starters play a lot more, so I didn't really play. I didn't play that game at all. But I did well in practice that week too. They didn't make so that's when they make like the big cuts. They cut probably like 20
Well, what does that cut process look like?
Right. So
what is that?
Oh yeah.
Right. So like Bree asking the question. So like they cut the last game of the preseason.
So no, they cut all throughout the preseason. So you get you start with a 90-man roster. You gotta get down to what was 55? No, 53,
yeah.
53, and then you get 10 on practice squad. Probably a little more now, but it's 53. So you start out with 90 though. You know what I'm saying? So. It's dudes, they got like first cuts. You know what I'm saying? You know when the cuts is, you see the Grim Reaper dude walking around.
What does that look like?
Oh, you see a dude just like this, just waiting, and he just tap you like, hey, come on.
Oh, man.
In front of everybody?
Yeah, everybody already know. People be trying to walk past the dude like this. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't you. But no, I'm trying to tell you, I'm seeing dudes just out of there. And I'm like, oh, he was killing too. But I'm like, all right. But I'm still here, so I'm like, let me just worry about what I'm doing. So you probably so throughout training camp, so like the first game and the second game, they give guys a chance. But after that second game, they start making them cuts. Yeah. Cause they trying to finalize and get ready. So they cut like 20 people, but I swear I was not one of them. I'm like, wow.
I made it.
I'm like, I'm still here. Bet. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm telling you, it's a little process. I'm like, all right. So I get to that 3rd game. I'm nervous as heck. 'Cause I know we're gonna make the cuts after this game.
After the game?
Man, it's the next day.
Yeah, the day after.
It's that next day. They making them cuts. So I'm like, I ain't play. I couldn't show these dudes what I wanted to do. But we actually went out to Denver that year and practiced against Peyton Manning and them. So it was kind of crazy just to see how Peyton Manning practiced and stuff like that. But I had a good practice, though, out there. So, and that's what they try to tell you. They like, the games is cool, but what matters most is what you do in the practice. Because that's the film. We get the reps. We get to see all that stuff. So I tried to lock in on that. And they always would try to tell you, I used to hate hearing this. And any like players that know that's going to hear this, they're going to be like, it's also 31 teams watching this, that, and third. So don't be worried about this, that, and third. Make sure you're just out there balling, which is true, but you ain't trying to hear that. You ain't trying to get cut. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to get cut.
You ain't trying to worry about no other team. You trying to be here because ain't nothing promised. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the NFL, ain't no contracts guaranteed. I mean, for the most part. So it's like, so I'm not trying to hear that. So but I made it to that next day. But then the last game is when they just let all the starters rest. You don't play at all. You just about to get ready for the next week because that's when the season gonna start. And they let all the young boys, whoever left, playing. I'm trying to tell you, I probably played every snap from defense. I got in the second quarter. I got in the second quarter, and I played every snap. Defense, special teams. I'm gonna kick off. I'm gonna kick off return, punt return. I'm out there like, out there dying, but I'm killing though. I had like 2 pass breakups. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my thing, a couple tackles, you know what I'm saying? And balled out. And so you already know this. Now after that game, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing, dude. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Because one of my other boys who, he was actually a 7th-round pick, he was actually killing too. He got like 2 picks. Pick 6s. I was like, I'm like, damn, I don't know. Because you don't know who competition is. You ain't really thinking about that, but you understand. Like, okay, this person here, this person. Right. I got to be here because it's only so many spots and stuff, right? But I ain't gonna lie, that year they made 10 practice squad spots though. So what happened? So I ain't gonna lie, I was one of the last cuts. I'm just that next day, I'm just sitting like this. Like, don't call, like don't nobody hit my phone.
Right. So you don't want your phone to ring on accident?
Don't hit me at all. Do not hit my phone. So I'm like, I'm chilling. I think I'm running to the mall. I'm like, because it was like a time, I'm like, oh, I might be good. Because if you good, you good. You making like that contract money now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, good. Man, dude called me at the mall. I started sweating at the mall. I said, man, I told the homies, I got to go. I'm thinking I'm done. I'm done. They like, so I get up there. They're like, Marcus, man, well, the coach want to talk to you, this and that, and the third. So they bring me in. Coach talked to me. He told me what he liked.
Head coach.
Yeah, head coach.
Okay.
Head coach and the GM. They tell me what they like and this and that, and the third, how I was doing. They're like, we're going to release you. But if you clear waivers, we want to bring you back for practice squad. Man, I'll tell you, that was one of the best things I ever heard in my life. I was
released.
like,
Getting released?
No, but being able to be like,
to
come back. I'm like, bro, this is fire. I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm like, so the next day come, they call me back because I clear waivers and stuff like that. No team picked me up, and they brought me back to the practice squad. So you making about then now the contract before taxes is $100,000. So like it was like 100, a little over that. So you know what I'm saying? It's better than that.
It's better than
that 1,200.
That 1,200.
You know what I'm saying? Or that 1,500, whatever it was, it's better than that. So you know what I'm saying? So it was cool, but it's still a little struggle because you're only making like. They take 50. I mean, they gonna hit you. They gonna hit you on taxes, so you really ain't taking too much home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm making like, I probably made about 50 something after taxes, 50, 60, probably a little over that after taxes.
Yeah.
So
that's regular full-time
on that.
job.
But that's not true because I only was there. So what happened, bro? I'm there, right, eating, killing. They love me. They like, Mark, you keep balling, man. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen. But I mean, I'm saying at this point, I'm just happy to be on practice squad. I'm just trying to do grind. I'm just happy to be there. So what? Our punter, we had one of the best punters. He get hurt, right? So they had to bring somebody in for like a replacement, like just in case, like Buddy can't play this week.
Yeah.
So the Texans like, Mark, we're gonna release you for this week, but we will bring you back. Like they said, Mark, we're gonna bring you back next week for sure. This and the third. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, man, dang, though, because you don't know. Like, nothing guaranteed, no promise, ain't no telling what's going to happen. But my agent obviously know this, that, and the third, but he hit me like, hey, New York wants you right now. He said that. It's like New York. I'm like, hey, they said they're going to bring me back next week. He like, man, what? why you worried about? He said, hey, next week ain't promised. He said, man, you better get on out.
You better get on this.
I said, you know what? You right. We going to New York.
Yeah.
So that's how I got to New York right there. And but they still signed me to their practice squad though when I was in New York.
In New York.
All right.
So the 4 years. So I was there for Houston for the first 4 weeks. Then I go to with the Jets, and we having like a down year this year. I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of dope being on the Jets though, cause I got to play with some legends though. Some dudes I used to look up to, like my rookie year. I played with Michael Vick.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Percy Harvin,
Okay.
and Chris Johnson.
So what was
Oh,
that
boy,
like? Them
Chris
some
Johnson.
goats in their own right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
That
when
was
did? Hold on, was Revis out there?
Reeves was there, but not
that year?
not that year
Okay.
though.
Oh,
But man, just
Revis too. That's crazy.
yeah, no, but playing with them like Percy Harvin, dude, I swear to God, he's probably the best football player I ever seen.
I believe
He was so cold. If it injuries and like he used to get like headaches and stuff, like migraines. Man, if he was able to play, he'll be even. I'm trying to tell you, he was talented out this world. He was nice playing with him, but Michael Vick, you know what I'm saying? I grew up as a kid watching him. You know what I'm saying? Playing with him on the video games.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just legendary.
Was that speed really like that?
This was actually him in his latest years, though.
Like
You
his
know
latest
what I'm
years.
saying?
Fast,
But he was
though.
he could still get up there, though. Don't get me wrong, but that's what I'm saying. He could still run, though. Like
I think
he could still run with me at that time, so he was definitely good.
Yeah, I think that year somebody got hurt and he started.
Yeah, he
for a
started.
little while.
Yeah, he played. Gino got hurt.
Yeah, Gino got hurt.
Yeah, Gino
started.
started. Yeah, he played. Yeah, he played a few games that year. So that was fun though playing with them. So I'm on that team. I'm on them for 4 weeks, right, with them, and then 4 weeks ago when I'm with the Jets. Now, right, I'm with the Jets.
Right.
So it's halfway. It's 16 weeks.
Right.
It's,
So that
it's
whole
17,
year.
but you get 16 games. So
Right.
so 8 games go past. Man, Rex Ryan is the coach too. You know what I'm saying? Legendary Rex Ryan. He our coach. We just not playing well that year. He like, hey, I don't care who the F it is. He said, if you come out here and balling, you starting this weekend.
He was like, what?
Real life.
I'm like, say
She
that.
ain't
I'm
got
on
shit to
practice squad.
lose.
Man, and everybody was already telling me, I'm out there already eating in practice though. I'm telling you, out there doing my thing, eating. Man, I'm trying to tell you, they called me that night. They like, hey, you starting. I'm telling you, I came from practice squad
To start.
to starting. I want to tell you, there's already dudes on the roster.
Yeah.
Dudes on
That's
the
tough.
roster.
So you skipped the dudes on the
I
roster.
skipped the dudes on the roster.
Everybody.
I swear to
Because it's
God.
like first, second, and third string.
my
Then
first,
it's practice
my
squad.
first NFL game ever was I started.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
tough as
At
hell.
corner against the Chiefs, and we won that game too. So it was kind of fire. Led the team in tackles that game.
This before Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it was before Patty. It was definitely before Patty.
Oh, yeah, that was
tough.
way
If he was
before.
there, it would have been tough.
Yeah, Travis Kelce was there. This man, he was like young though, but it was definitely before
Without the
Patty.
beard. I'm just playing. Sorry. I'm just playing.
Who
I'm
was
just
the
kidding.
quarterback then with the Chiefs?
I don't know who they had.
You can't even remember before.
Right.
Oh, Alex Smith?
Alex Smith.
Alex
Yeah.
Smith.
It was Alex Smith. Yep, it was
So-
Alex Smith.
so
Alex Smith was
listen.
decent. He threw to the tight ends every time.
Yeah, you already know.
He was loving them tight
You already
ends.
know. He did that when he was with San Francisco.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
He hitting them tight ends.
So I
like
just
a
think
mug.
his accuracy wasn't there like that, so he really couldn't get outside to them outside receivers. You know, he was like a run first
Yeah,
quarterback.
exactly. And he got hurt too towards the end, so that really. But no, so that was fun though. That was my rookie year. Then I started the rest of the season. My rookie year. Then now them checks is way different.
Wait.
Practice squad
To
to
playing.
playing. Them checks way different. It's way different. So it's whatever your contract was.
Getting that paper now.
Yeah, no. So that was where it was like,
Then we see Mark Will with the Gucci and stuff.
man, you
on,
see, like,
walking
man,
with
where
the
you get that
bag.
from?
This man said, look.
I said, I
No,
like my
so man,
boy.
but it's still though, man. I had to make sure the fan was good and all that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But making that, it was just like, it really was like a dream come true. It was more just like, man, just appreciating that hard work.
For
You know what I'm saying? That you put in so much. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the years that people don't see. You know what I'm saying? And that you know what you're doing and just
Just
studying
being
it.
prepared.
No, for sure. Yeah, always. That's
If
the
you
main
ain't had
thing.
no
man.
preparation, you'd have been.
That was my main
toasted.
thing. Cause I told you I didn't get that many opportunities. So man, when I did, I just had to make sure I made the most of them things. Cause you only get so many, and you only can play for so long. So make sure you out there eating.
And so, like, when you played for the NFL, right, you had a lot of challenges. You, for one, you go from being undrafted to the Texans, then you at the Jets, you starting. And then it's this back and forth of being waived, being released, being signed back. Like, what was that process like, and how did that kind of make you stronger, or what did that do to your mental? Because I don't know how many times I can get cut and continue to keep going to the process and keep doing it over and over again.
I mean, that's just the main thing in life, though. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of times where things just gonna just not go your way, and you just gotta just keep fighting. You gotta just keep trying to find a way, and that was my main thing. I mean, I was with the Texans, like I said. Then I went to Jets, but I was with the Jets for like 3.5 years, so I was there for a minute. But the preparation is that I had so many teammates during that time because I see people get cut and this and that. So you can get mentally prepared. Like, you never want to think about that, but because you'll never know how it's going to be. But just going from when I got released from the Jets, the Texans actually picked me right back up.
Yep.
So I went back down to Houston, finished out the year there. And that was actually cool playing with Deshaun Watson and stuff. That was his rookie year. He was a beast. He was killing this stuff. And DeAndre Hopkins, he was eating too.
Well, he won that old either then at that time.
No, yeah, he only a year ahead of me. So yeah,
So he
was
nasty.
he was in his prime. That's when he was really coming up as the best receiver out there. And I get to see it every day in practice. You know what I'm saying? Hands was huge.
Did you guard him?
Yeah, all the time. Cause we had to guard each other all the time. I was going against. Cause I would do like scout teams sometimes with them, and then I would do against we'll do good on good too, and 1-on-1s. But going against him, it was just fire though. But we had plenty of receivers that's nice though. But a lot of people just don't get the opportunities though.
I know me and you talked personally before, behind
the
podcast, and I asked you who was the toughest receiver you ever guarded in the NFL. Is it still DeAndre Hopkins?
It's definitely
that's what you told me.
It's definitely Hop. He's he's probably the best, but the hardest though.
Yeah.
Who's
the hardest is Tyreek Hill.
Chasing his little ass.
Cause he's
around.
just too fast. He's the fastest dude. I'm trying to tell y'all, this man is so fast.
Like
He make my hamstrings hurt right now.
thinking about how fast he is.
Hey, bro, fast. So it's like, and that's something you can't teach. Like, I can't teach myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't get that fast. I would never get that fast.
Yeah.
And like, so that's one of the hardest things. But when it comes to like hands and stuff, what Hop can do, he was a beast. But
I'm trying to think
now with some real dogs. You got DeAndre Hopkins
I'm
still.
trying to
You
think
got Devontae Adams.
Yeah, like in that
I played against
time.
AB. AB was a dog.
Ooh.
I like playing against him. He could eat. Odell was nice.
Yeah.
Playing against him. He was just explosive, could jump, and
talented.
could run. Yeah,
He got hops out this world.
He a freak athlete. So he was a dog.
I feel bad for him right now, man.
Man, but he got a Super
Torn
Bowl though, but he
ACL.
got torn ACL. That
But
sucks,
still,
though.
he free agent right now, so ain't nobody signed him yet. It's tough.
He'll get signed.
I think he won't
tough,
get what he
man.
was gonna get before he was injured.
Right.
It's reminding me of the situation what happened with
That's what
DeMarcus
hurt.
Cousins.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
it sucks. So
Yeah,
you like
oh,
type of
DeMarcus
because
Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins was gonna get a
that
max
hurt.
deal before he ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah, remember? He was one of the best centers in the league at that time.
Literally. And then he ruptured his Achilles. And then after that, he
just
ain't
made
getting nothing. And that's what kind of sucks about the league though. It's like such a business that it's like you got to be prepared for everything.
Man.
And so like when I think about that whole process, right? Actually, no, I'm gonna do a segue. You got to pick on one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie, I cheered for you even though I was hurt. You picked Russell Wilson. That don't happen often. What was that like?
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie, cause it was we playing this game in Seattle. It's like my second. This when Houston brought me back.
I heard Seattle loud too though.
Seattle was loud. It was lit that game. It was turned up in there, and it's a little like cold too, so it was kind of fire. It was lit. So we playing. It's a good game. We going back and forth. This, and that, and third. Cause I was playing. They brought me down there when the corners got hurt, so I'm playing the whole game. I'm eating. I'm doing my thing, right? Man, Russ, they driving on us, right? It's towards the end of the game. They driving on us. Russ, I don't know. He just felt like he tried. I was reading the dude, his corner. I knew what type of route he was going to do just because off the stem he made. So I'm like, let me just sit outside. So I just sat outside. Next thing you know, I turned my head back. That ball right there.
Coming.
I said, bet. And I'm happy as heck because this like the same way how I picked off Tom Brady. It was like, I'm thinking this like the game clinching pick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gave the ball. We gave ball.
Pick off
Tom Brady. We gave the ball back to the offense both times with like a minute left. Man, and
they blew
we didn't do what we were supposed to do. Got the ball
So
back.
you picked off two goats.
Goats. Man.
I know you picked off Tom Brady. I know you was like, oh, I'm like that.
That was like the highlight of my rookie year.
That
That was the highlight of my rookie year. I ain't gonna lie.
He was like, I'm like that for real.
I was like, yeah, need this. I still got that ball.
Was Beast Mode playing with Seattle at the time?
Yep.
Marshawn
Yep,
Lynch?
he was.
Yep,
Is
Marshawn
he
was
tough?
there. Yeah,
Is
he a tough
like
tackle.
that?
He tough.
That's my favorite running back.
He's
You
of
don't
all
tough.
see his thighs?
He's real tough.
He real tough. That's my favorite running
Adrian
back.
Peterson was tough. The tackle. It was a dope playing against him too, cause he from the crib. I mean, well, he's not from the crib, but he played for the Vikings though. You know what I'm saying? So
Who tougher, Marshawn Lynch or AP at that time?
when I played against them,
Now, mind you, this
Marshawn was.
I kind of figured
Because when I played against AP, it was later in the career. He was actually playing for the Cardinals when I played against him.
that. Oh yeah.
But you know who I love playing against though?
Who?
Larry Fitzgerald.
I love Larry
you
Fitzgerald.
ever guard him 1-on-1?
Oh, who guarded him plenty of times.
Yeah.
What was
And
that like?
that was fun because we good friends too. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just like off the field and stuff like that. And you know, me just looking up to him though. You know what I'm saying? That's a real Minnesota legend.
Yeah,
so
Fitz for sure. Shout
playing
out Larry
against him,
Fitzgerald.
shout out Larry, man. So playing against him, bro, just battles and just training. We trained in the offseason sometimes too when he'll come back in town. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just playing against him, that's legendary. We exchanged jerseys after the games and stuff
he
like
retired
that
now
too.
right?
Yeah, well, he haven't announced it officially though, but yeah, he haven't been playing. But I'm sure he's gonna retire here soon though.
Yeah, he more into the business aspect.
Yeah,
now.
he is. Yeah.
All right,
he is.
speaking of business,
Yep.
so all of the stuff, right, that you've been through in your career, how do you think that prepared you as a business owner? Actually, shout out to Breakfast Bar.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
we're in
yeah.
Breakfast Bar.
Right
We
now.
his spot.
Appreciate it.
This his
Appreciate
place.
Yeah,
This
for
the
sure.
owner.
Yeah.
You know, his,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah.
Breakfast Bar
That's
right
it.
there,
Yeah, right
Minnesota.
there. Yeah.
All right.
Yep,
But
yep.
like, how has all that adversity that you had to face as an athlete prepare you for being a business owner?
Because being a business owner is a lot of adversity. You know what I'm saying?
It's
You
just like
basically,
sports.
it's just like, man, I'm telling you, you got a team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have your team strong. You got to know who the leaders are, and everybody got to be doing their job. You know what I'm saying? That's really how we are trying to approach things like that here. It's like we all in this together. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, like me, my dad, and my Uncle Daryl, we basically just go, you know what I'm saying, and we trust each other. That was my main thing.
Sure.
Like when I started this, I'm like, man, I got to get a strong, like, people that I can like trust and understand business and understand food and understand what we doing.
You did exactly what you needed to do.
Because me, you know what I'm saying, I never knew nothing about the restaurant business, but I used to live in Houston or live in New York, and I used to be vibes where you can go out there, smoke hookah,
crazy.
And do
Restaurant,
crazy
you
stuff.
know,
Yeah.
Restaurants is
and I'm like,
crazy.
man, that's dope as heck, but why I gotta go there to have fun?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why we can't do this here in Minnesota? So
Shout out to Mr. Daryl too. He's a stud. For
yes,
sure,
sir.
For sure.
But no, shout out Ninja though, man, because he's the one who started Breakfast Bar. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me the opportunity, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to actually buy it from him and stuff like that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what's up.
And we took off from here, man. And we've been doing some great things ever since. But that's playing ball and playing sports really prepared a lot for how we do a lot of things here.
Absolutely, because you had a lot of successes early, right? Then that transition from it being Ninja's spot to being your spot, you had
Yeah.
Facebook was a monster for y'all for a second.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm probably it still is, and that's the thing. Cause everybody's not gonna like what's going on. Everybody's gonna have an opinion and stuff like that. But we
Right.
just got to make sure that we're doing what we can to keep getting better and
Absolutely.
listening to what they saying, and taking it what it is, and making our own part about it, and doing what we can do to keep continuing getting better. And we're a small spot too. That's one thing. That's the worst thing about it. Is like our space. Our kitchen is so small.
Yeah.
So when we get real packed and stuff like that, it's
kinda hard.
it's a little harder to get, because we only can get so many people in the kitchen. We can't have like 10 cooks in that small kitchen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
But it's definitely a vibe, though.
but it's a vibe, and we doing what we can do. You know what I'm saying? We been making this thing work, man. Man, shout out to all my workers, man. All my employees, man. They've been doing our things,
Shout
man.
out to BB.
Man, shout out,
So,
man, because
my question is like, what made you choose Breakfast Bar though? You could have chose. It was
Any
a lot of
type of
businesses to
business
sell,
to
right?
invest in.
Anything you could have did. Why did you choose Breakfast Bar?
Cause that's what I said. It was just a vibe, and I always told my pops and Daryl, I was like, man, when I told him, I'm like, man, I want to get a hookah lounge. I want to own a hookah lounge and stuff like that, where it could just be good food, good vibes, and some hookah. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, what the heck is that? You know what I'm saying?
Right, they
you know
ain't
what I'm saying?
know
They were
nothing.
like, what hookah? What hookah? But I'm like, I'm seeing what's going on down south, how much fun this is. I'm like, this could be so dope up here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let's bring this up here. So I'm like, when I got that opportunity, I'm like, heck yeah. That's because this is something I always wanted. I always said this is what I wanted a long time ago. So, you know what I'm saying, a couple years in making. So when I had that, I'm like, that's why I jumped on it. Because I got inspired, basically. And basically, down there, you see a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying, where they can just vibe, and it could be their spot where they can come to and enjoy themselves. Not saying that we don't care about nobody else, but you know what I'm saying? We want to have a spot where we can go somewhere and be like, okay, Like this our spot.
Yeah.
This is for us.
This our spot.
And
This
it's
for
not
us,
that
and
many
it's a vibe.
spaces like that
Yeah,
here.
especially
Nah,
out here
honestly,
in Minnesota.
I come here probably like once a month.
Yeah.
Just come in, you know, stop in and say what up to you and
For
your
sure.
family and stuff.
Yeah, and
I
to
feel
get a vibe.
I feel comfortable here. Like I
Exactly.
don't feel comfortable with other clubs like that.
No.
But when I come
I
here,
feel
I be
comfortable you
chilling.
answer your phone so I can get in the door. That's when I feel comfortable. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Tight, especially on Sundays.
oh, so I'm like, hey, if you don't
Off
answer your
the
phone,
hook.
let me in.
Yeah,
so I gotta
Sunday's
tell your
crazy.
security guard, just put my picture
Yeah.
in the thing, so I ain't got to go through the process.
They
Yeah.
know Bree.
Sunday's
Bree good.
But like you talk a lot about, you know, trusting in your family, and I wanted to ask this earlier, but I waited because I knew that you was gonna mention it. What is the impact of your family have on you? And you dealt with a lot, and a lot of people don't even know. Like your mom has MS,
Yeah.
and that's been something that she's been battling with for a very long time. Like talk about how that affects you, and like what's your family mean to you?
Yeah, so mom's, she's had MS since I can remember. Probably, you're born with it, but when it affected her, probably when I was like 8th grade, freshman year, probably a little before that. But we just seen her fight. You know what I'm saying? That's just, so she just always been strong, and we've all like came together, made us even closer. Like my sisters, just to make sure. And then my godmom, she does so much help. She's basically like she helps my mom out with everything, like her personal caretaker. If she needs something, she's here for her. This, that, and the third. So the family, man, we real big on trust because I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's only us. You know what I'm saying? So we basically try to make sure we do a lot of things, and when we always, that's just how we was raised. Like we've always just care about each other. You know what I'm saying? Care about others, but make sure everybody here is good as well.
Yeah.
And that's just the main thing. That's how I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure I take care of as many people as I can, or just make sure everybody good. Like what bring me joy is putting smiles on people's face. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that. When I get to put a smile on somebody's face or make somebody laugh or something like that, you know what I'm saying? That brings me some joy. So.
And I like it. I mean, you know, my pops work for y'all. Like
Yeah.
my dad.
Pops,
Ed
man.
Senior.
Ed Senior, man. Shout out Ed, man.
Yeah.
He been here doing his thing.
Yeah, and it just warmed my heart, man. He told me that y'all had like a little. Y'all gave him some
Yeah,
gift cards. and
gift
stuff.
card
He
for
had-
his birthday.
had the
I
best,
mean,
the best employee.
Oh yeah, because he was here for over a year.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just gave him some.
And you know what's
what I'm
crazy? My dad was like, man, he had called me like, man, I don't know what your boys them on, but they got another meeting. I don't want to go. That's what he's telling me, right?
saying? Yeah.
I said, man, them my peoples, man. You better take your butt to that meeting.
And
You know
look what
I'm saying?
happened, man.
And
Got
look
some
what happened.
love.
He called me like, man, the meeting was for me the whole time. I said, man.
Look.
To capitalize on that, man, I just appreciate y'all looking out for my pops, man.
Oh man, of course,
he a
bro.
good dude, man.
Real good dude,
Real
bro.
good dude,
man, he come in here, don't say too much, don't do too much, just
Yeah.
handle his business, bro.
My pops always been in my life my whole life. He never gave up on me or nothing. Never left. Never ran. Through all the stuff I've been through as a kid, he was always there.
That's
And I
fire,
respect
bro.
my pops. You know what I'm saying? So when he told me he had got a job here with y'all, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. You know what
Man,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
shout out Ed, man, for sure.
for
That's
sure.
But it's all family. And the crazy thing is, I'm happy I asked that question because I think about the environment. In the beginning, it was just all family working here. Y'all ain't have no outside employees, and so like the environment that y'all built is why it contributes to the success that y'all have now. Because it was your sister like BB serving me. I'm like,
yeah.
BB, what you talking about? Yeah,
I've
duh,
been
this is
around
your
for a
brother's
long
spot.
time,
So
for sure.
like
Yeah,
that,
and
what you do,
and
is
that's
keep
the
y'all
big
here.
thing, man, because that's why I appreciate them so much. Because I mean, they still are here, man. My sister helps us with the book work and accounting stuff. Bree,
Yep.
Bianca helps, so she's running our bottle service manager. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then I got cousins that's working here.
Right behind the bar.
Everything, and
right.
especially when we first started, man, I had cousins here working.
had
for
the-
free,
you had the bros
man. I had
play- you had the
bros in
bros
here
working.
man. But bros was in here working. We was in here, hey,
Getting
getting to it. We had to do what we had to do. But man, that's why I appreciate that stuff. It's the process. You got to appreciate the process. Though. You know what I'm saying? You got them the times that you gonna look back on and be like, wow, like you see where you at now. It's like, okay, it was all worth it at the beginning. So
What's next for Mark Will, man? What you got going on? Like any more investments? You looking at any more hookah lounges somewhere? You think?
man,
about
I'm always
buying?
looking to invest in man or anything,
Yeah.
but nothing like right now. I'm doing a little bit of coaching right now, football.
Where?
Hey.
Where?
So we got a little. So we call it the Minnesota Hitman. It's a little 7-on-7 like travel league.
What ages?
So we got a 14U team, a 15U team, and a 17U,
Okay.
well 18U team.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we've been doing our thing. We went down to Chicago already. Balled out there. Our 14U actually won the whole tournament.
Okay.
What's up?
So yeah, it was crazy though. You know what I'm saying? We got these boys from Minnesota coming out there in Chicago. You know what I'm
Doing
saying?
their
And-
thing.
but teams from all over the Midwest, Ohio, everywhere, Kansas, Indiana, and we out there and they winning. You know what I'm saying? These boys eating. There was a team from Florida out there that was pretty decent too. And then we went down to Houston as well. We went down to Houston probably 2 weeks ago, and We did our thing down there. Like no team won, but we competed though.
Yeah.
Especially our 18 team. Man. That'd be my main thing, just giving back to these kids. 'Cause I know I got a lot to give. I know a lot about football.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
I
I
agree,
know a
100%.
whole lot. So I feel like it's only right for me to
Yeah.
give what I know to this new generation. Because the opportunity that these boys got, man, I wish we had.
Yeah.
We never had
You
the
know what I'm saying?
opportunity to get the
So
bag
we gotta
they
make
got.
sure we take it. So I'm gonna make sure I can do everything I can to get these boys where they supposed to be.
That's what's up, man. I salute to that for sure.
Yeah.
So what advice do you have for up-and-coming athletes, entrepreneurs that aspire to be in your position where you are currently right now?
Man, just work hard, man. That's the main thing, especially when it comes to sports, man. You gotta grind. You gotta love it. You know what I'm saying? Like for football, for me, like I said, like how Coach Novak is, like how he was just you watch him. We had to listen to him an hour before, like bro. NFL, dude, you on the field for probably 2 hours, but you there for 8 hours watching film. You gotta really love this stuff. Like you gotta really grind. You gotta want to grind. You gotta want to work hard, even when nobody's watching. And then when you get to the crib, you might as well start watching film again. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really want it. You gotta really want it and understand what you're trying to do and what your goals are. No matter if it's sports, entrepreneurship, anything. Where you want your business at, where you want to be, anything. You gotta just keep grinding every single day. Even on them hard days, you know what I'm saying?
Especially on them hard days.
Yeah, I used to tell athletes, man, even on them days you off, man, make sure you stretching.
Yeah.
Make sure you're doing something. Ain't never no day off.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You always doing something.
You say it again. Say that one more time.
It's never no day off. You know
Never
what I'm
no
saying?
day off.
Never no
Never
day
no
off.
day off. You know, you always working when you want to be the best. So
But I mean, like I said, man, I'm just blessed to know, like you and Rashid, like I know
Yeah.
cats that like actually went to the league and actually
Trill.
like, played. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just blessed to know y'all and be able to have this conversation with y'all, like, and
No.
take me through that with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
No, bro, I appreciate you, bro. Just always being a big bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You, Jakai, all y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? When I was just a
Shout
little
out to
Marcus.
Cool, man. Shout out to Cool. That's
yeah,
my boy.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? When I was just little Marcus, you know what I'm saying? You was always there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all
Lil
ain't never
Marcus
look
with
at
neck
me.
braids.
Y'all ain't never look at me like, oh, I look like what he doing over here. Y'all, it was just always love. So and that helped. You know what I'm saying? That helped me with confidence and everything. So I appreciate that. Like Bree, you already know. Man, we the same age. So, you know what I'm saying? We've been going with this since, like you said, since at North High School.
So we were 13.
You know what I'm saying? When we was there. So I appreciate both of y'all, man. What y'all doing, man, with this show, with the podcast, it's dope, man. So just keep this stuff up. This is fire, man.
Thank you so much.
It's
You
fire.
gonna make Bree cry.
Right, like, oh, this is so nice. Hey, y'all, if y'all do not know, tap in the Breakfast Bar, Minnesota. Y'all can find all his information. It's going to be in the description box. That's my brother, OG Eddie. That's Mark Will. Y'all, make sure y'all tap in. This is one of the dopest spots in Minneapolis. When
For
I
sure.
say it's a
For
vibe.
sure.
Definitely come on Sunday.
Sunday's cracking.
Sunday, my favorite night.
Mine too. Favorite day.
Favorite day.
They got
Yeah,
to
it's
crack it
day.
during the
Right.
day.
All right.
But if you want to go
day.
some chill stuff more, you come like Thursday, Friday and stuff.
Yeah.
But you want to turn up, come on that
So
Sunday.
come on that
It's
Sunday.
busting.
They open from what, 6 to midnight?
Well, shower.
So we open from 9 to midnight usually,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
on Sunday we go to 10:30 because
Yeah.
we do a little day party.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
day
saying?
party.
Stuff like that. So
It's crazy.
But yeah, we usually open till around like 11:30 midnight. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
But no, man, good drinks, good vibes, man. Hookah, man, we got all that, man. So I appreciate this opportunity, man, getting out here to show this and tell my story, man.
Yeah. for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, we'll see y'all our next episode. And as always, remember peace, love, happiness, success, and success. I'll talk to y'all later.
TJ